Hello and welcome, January the 1st, very early in the morning, and welcome back, by the way, to the Ride Right Waxing and UK One Wheel channel. We are on to snowboards. Just finished off those awesome set of Solomons. They have come up beautifully, so if you haven't seen that, go into my previous videos. That's the last video I just done. But we're on a ROXY Alley, second one in a week, which is awesome. This has got the banana traction on it. It's got a nicely fresh stomp pad, and the reason why I say a nice new one is because I've serviced it before. There is the legendary Ride Right Waxing sticker, so we're going to get this board looking ship shape. Lovely board, like I say, banana traction. The base on this one is really good, and I think we've got great definition. If you haven't seen the previous video on this board, then you can compare, and by all means be my critics. I'm going to put that video just up here, and you can watch it. I think we're going to get the base of this board looking tip-top. We'll have a detailed look in a second. We've got some Burton Scribe bindings on here. So for the actual geometry of these bindings, this binding here is just here, and this binding here is just here. So if you ever need to put these bindings on another board, you can make sure they are set up because they are in a different position from one to the other, and that way then it's comfortable to ride. But we're going to clean up this top coat, clean up the base coat, and get on with this ROXY Alley. Here we go. So top coat could do a bit of a clean, but we're going to clean all this up. Again, it's just grubby and dirty, nothing too bad though. I think we did do a bit of epoxy and stuff on the edges from last time, but we'll just go around and yeah, the epoxy from last time is all still there, which is good. There's that banana traction. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like a wavy line, which basically gives you hot spots of traction, which really does hold a curve. A carve, that's more the word I'm looking for. Right, let's turn you over. Let's have a look at the base of this board. This one's not too bad at all. Again, that alley kind of theme where they don't run the actual rail all the way to the top. We've got open board just there. But again, a bit dry, as you can see just here. But there's still wax on the board, which is good. Got a couple of oily, dirty marks there, but they're all clean up. And again, yeah, that's a nick that we repaired last time. The rails are a bit rusty, but we'll get those nice and sharp. Yeah, so this is going to come up lovely. So I'm going to do the before, we'll do an after, and we'll have a look at this beautiful ROXY Alley. Already that top coat is looking so much better. Got a real shine on that one. I'm going to clean up the bindings as well. Flip the board over. I'm going to start work on this bad boy. Here we go. Right, so what I've done on this board, opposed to using a file on the rails, the actual rails themselves are nice and sharp still. They are sharper now, because what I've done is I've used the side and base bevel filer, and I've actually put a diamond stone in. Now a diamond stone is obviously a lot softer than a file, because you don't want to take off any material unnecessarily. So I've used a diamond stone, but also it helps get into that banana traction. So it gets up and down those, so it gets all the edges of the banana traction. When you've got a really long file, obviously you can imagine it seesaws and it will miss the uprising of the actual rail itself. So with the diamond stone, you can go backwards and forwards. There is no direction. Now we've got a roller on here, not a lot of pressure, put a little bit of liquid on, and it just polishes, it sharpens up that rail. Just lovely. Now this is a medium one. And that rail is so sharp. And we'll still dull and tip the tails with the gummy stone. So we'll still do that. I want to do a little bit of epoxy work just on the top of the board just here. So the actual board itself is all done. But just at the nose there, we've got a little bit of a nick at the top coat. And to stop any moisture getting into that, I'm just going to warm up a little bit of epoxy and then just run that into the actual groove itself to stop any moisture ever getting under that top coat. So that's something that I always do. A lot of places don't. I like to do it because I like to make sure we look after my customers, and also it looks after the board, so you don't need to keep changing your board. But yeah, I think this is coming up lovely, so I'm really looking forward to this. So let's get into some epoxy, back to time lapse, but I just thought I'd show you the diamond stone technique in my base and side rail bevels. Here we go, let's crack on. Right, so one ROXY Alley, all set, wax is all laid, the epoxy that we've done the repairs is all dried, which is all on the top coat, that's polished up and looks an absolute treat. We've already got great differentiation between the two different colours on the base of the board. This is just going to get better as we strip this wax off. We're going to use the brushes, we're going to polish it all up. We've diamond stoned all those edges so they are super sharp, and this thing's going to look lovely and ready to rip again around France in January. So guys, no further ado, let's stick some tunes on, let's get back to the old famous time lapse, and let's make this thing shine. So there we are, one ROXY Alley all done. I think you'll agree, it's come up a treat. That shine is phenomenal. From tip to tail, we've got that board super smooth and super flat. I am so happy with how that's come out. I know I say that on all my videos, and one day I will be disappointed. But if I'm disappointed, I'll just keep going until I make it look good again. Because I'm just very happy to do this kind of stuff. But yeah, there we go. Awesome. I'll get the bindings put back on, we'll get it wrapped up and shipped back to the customer. So guys, thank you ever so much indeed for tuning in again to one of my videos. This one's been quite straightforward. But yeah, we've got the great result at the end, and that's what we always try and do. This is all about having a good day, good week, good month on the mountain. Look after your equipment, because it's the difference between a great holiday and a not so great holiday. And if you've got the great stuff, like I say, all the gear but no idea, Lisa's will give you a fighting chance to get down the mountain in one piece, but also as fast as possible. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you're in the Devon area, why not hit me up? Go to the description below. There's lots of things in there if you want to have a check out. If you want to support the channel, that'd be lovely. But until next time, we will see you soon.